The song doesn't actually start till there. So this introduction, yes. Do you have a vision of it? What is it?
More like a feeling, like an aspirated,
Very
but
good.
it's the underlying.
Very good. It's more. I would say, and this gets a little bit airy-fairy, but nevertheless, this idea of the sea, of the ocean, with the waves. Because there's no tune to it, and there's only an energy. The energy goes where? Where is the climax of this? That's right, exactly. It goes to that high. All the waves, you know, they ebb and flow. But that's the thing, I wanted to speak a little bit about that. I'll just play it first. And I've never played this. It's too realistic how I play it. It should be these shuddering waves, you know, the comings and goings, the ripples of the waves. But they're leading. All the way to there. So one has to hear this energy. Now this one, I wanted to talk about, this idea of rubato. I feel that there should always be in music a natural rubato. That if you have a metronomic thing, there's something wrong, because we don't breathe metronomically. But you shouldn't be aware of it. It shouldn't be something like this, for instance. I'm exaggerating, of course. But no. Something that you catch attention to, you see? So try with that, and the fingers should not be too clear. This waves. Underneath this See, it stretches for eternity. It's not up. This D natural, let's say here, or this one here. And this comes in the piece. Everything in the piece is related to this introduction. As if to say, you see the ocean, you see how it moves, that is also my love, or my feelings, and I'm irresistibly drawn, but there's something tragic about it. It's not good that he's drawn this way. And so this sense of the sea and its inevitability in terms of his life, that's what I think he's talking about, a doomed love that is engulfing him. I think that's not too poetic to say, because those first 12, 13 bars are just the atmosphere, and they can only be a natural force. They're not melodic. And then when the melody is there, and what does it do? This, going up this octave from, let's say, this C sharp, all the way there, even further, da-dee-da-da, sorry, all the way high there, these notes, he turns them around, and that becomes the motive. So it's as if he's looking at the sea, and it reminds him of his own life. Da, da, dee, da. Now, where is the climax of this piece? Would you know? I don't think you know, because because you didn't play it. Well, it's debatable. I think that the climax is in a certain place. That's where I thought you put the climax. That's not where I think is the climax. No. Yes. It's a few bars later. Now, do you know what this is? Da, 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 da. No, sorry, we're leaving you all out in the cold. You don't know what we're talking about. Yes, that upside down. So, you know that I love to read about music, many things, and Schoenberg writes about Brahms. Brahms the Progressive, he writes, is an article. It's a famous article. And he talks about Brahms developing variation. You know this? And there is a use of developing variation. Brahms does it all the time. He develops a certain idea, and then he finds ways of varying that idea. And the idea that he finds in the middle of the piece, this motive, comes here, and is imitated by the bass. I think, by the way, that it comes here, it shouldn't be with as much pedal as when it comes with the bass. So you have the bass has variance, that harmony, and then and so it should go. It goes that far, da, da, da. But then what should be the bass comes up as the melody, very high rather than low, and that turns into the inversion of the theme here. Da, 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 da. Now, if you would have progressed normally, this is where you would go. Sorry. So you go up all the way to that D, but you get there by inversion. So that's why he goes high, da da dee da 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 dee da da da. Even though it's in the diminuendo, it's the climax of it. And why? Not only because he goes to a high D, but you see, that's the difference than at the beginning where he goes to the high C sharp. Da dee. The middle section will go to the D. It sounds like intellectual, it's not, because it's